Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar from CharityEngine, Why Donors Abandon Your Donation Form and How to Fix It. Hope everyone's having a good day. This is going to be rapid fire. I got a bunch of slides here in a relatively short period of time, so let's just get it started. My name is Dave Martin. I am the VP of Marketing here at CharityEngine. I am this kind of weird combination of both nonprofit and for-profit software experience. So I've worked primarily in the association world at the Electronic Retailing Association and then the American College of Radiology on my nonprofit side. Spent 12 years doing that. And then I've worked at two software companies that serve nonprofits like CharityEngine and CAPTCHA. And then I also had I like beer, so I had a Marketers Drinking Beer podcast. Here's a picture of me and my family and 3 kids, all getting older now. And then here are the only 2 that really care when I come home anymore. That's Bandit on the right, on the left. They're getting up there in age, so that was a little bit of an old photo. So real quick on CharityEngine, who we are, what we do. We're an all-in-one nonprofit CRM. So all your data and your tools are in one place, from major gifts to email to case management to text to give to peer-to-peer and auctions and managing your sustainers and donation forms is a big one. One scalable platform to learn. We're 100% privately owned and self-funded. We're not PE backed, and you get kicked off because the software gets sunset, and we're proud of that. And we're also really awesome at donation pages. And there it is. See that donation form from CMS there in our wheel. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's enough about us. What are you going to learn? You will learn to identify the most common donation form mistakes that basically have a big impact on conversion rates on your forms. We're gonna apply design and messaging ideas and changes that help increase donations, and we're gonna use some proven techniques to increase the average gift size and encourage monthly giving. Because if you can get more people giving to you on a monthly basis, it has a huge impact on your revenue. Even if you have 25 today, 50, 100, 2,000, whatever, monthly giving is important. We know it's a huge topic for everyone. So your donation form, you have to think of it as a revenue engine. Lots of nonprofits think of it as a page on the website that you send people to fill out the form, right? But high-performing nonprofits, they look at it as a revenue engine, right? And because of these small improvements to that engine, they can compound these like massive long-term revenue gains. So we're going to go through like little things today and bigger things, and buckle up. The recording will be available to you afterwards. Literally, this software allows you, if you wanted to stay on and listen to me again, which would be kind of painful, but if you wanted to, you could stay on afterwards in about 15 seconds. You can see the replay, but we'll email it to you as well, and you'll get the slide deck and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you how to think about your form, not as design, but as infrastructure and as that revenue engine, right? So let's talk about visibility. You got to make your giving impossible to miss, right? So make it easy to find your form. You can see here now with the Nature Conservancy, big green donate button. You have to figure out, do you want it in your brand colors? Here it is in their brand colors. Do you want it in a secondary color within your brand? Do you want it in something just completely different, like a red, which may not be part of your brand? You have to test that. We'll talk about testing. Always try things one at a time and test and see what happens. So make it really easy to find your button. I know that's obvious, but some organizations, send you to a page, and then within that page, you got to click again, and you go 3 steps before you get to the donation form. That donate button should be in your main navigation, right? Here's Wounded Warrior Project, same thing. Big red button. That's part of their brand colors as well. Easy to find on the website. And you notice you've got the navigation. This is a normal, any page on the website, right? Here is Charity Water, and they have their nice give button with a little water drop and their branding colors as well. But it's right there. You see it always in the top right-hand corner. We do the same thing. If you want to book a demo, it's the big button right in the top right-hand corner. Another thing I want to do is simplify the form. So keep the navigation simple at the top. Before I pointed out that you saw on the main page of the website, the navigation, and at the end was a donate button. Here you're on You've hit that button. Now you're at the donation page. You don't want navigation across the top. Really, you want people to do two things. Either they fill out your form, donate to you, or they go back to the main page of the website, right? So those are the two key things you want people to focus on. Here's Easter Seals, same thing. You've got clean navigation. They can go back to the main website, or they can fill out the form and finish their donation. Another one, Big Table here, same thing. Clear, clean at the top. You saw with the Wounded Warrior Project, they had some social proof there, and we'll talk about that in a minute in the navigation, and that's okay. So let's talk about conversion. You made it easy to find. You made it your nav on the donation page uncluttered, right? So they're only doing two things. Let's turn interest into immediate action. So we're going to talk about first increasing revenue. Let's talk. I started out talking about monthly giving, how critical it is. I know it's very critical to a lot of organizations, and you don't have to do a lot to get going with it, but you can encourage monthly giving. So in this Nature Conservancy example, I'm sticking with the same brands just to see that experience as you go through it, right? So their default is donate one time, right? That's the green part. The button here is in green. That's the default. It's one time. But they have this script in here which takes your eye, catches your eye with this arrow to donate monthly. So they're encouraging monthly giving. And then you might want to test. Do you want it to be the default donate monthly, or do you want to keep it as a one time and then encourage them through some script like this, or it looks like it's handwritten, right? So something to consider. What else with encouraging monthly giving? Same thing Wounded Warrior does. Their default out of the box is monthly giving, and they offer you a free fleece, a Wounded Warrior Project fleece blanket. I can't say that; it's hard to say. So they're also encouraging you with your $19 monthly. You'll get a little something. Get a monthly gift. So, but they're encouraging monthly giving. So and test that, right? You always want to test. Everyone's a little bit different. Your donors may be different than others in other industries. Charity Water here, same thing. The default is monthly. Give them a nice color branding throughout on the button here, on the amount, and then join today, right? So they're using different. You can test your donate now, give now, join today, right? Like on the button, but the color schemes here throughout are the same. It's reinforcing their brand, and they're giving some proof at the bottom of what you get for that $40 is you can give 12 people clean water every year. 100% of the funds go to water projects, not 82% or whatever with some organizations. So encourage monthly giving, I would say right out of the gate. You'll see a huge impact on revenue. Another way to do it is to have, maybe after they give they're doing a one-time donation, have a recurring donation interrupter. And this is example from Next After, our friends at Next After, where you see here that they were doing a one-time $7 gift, and then this interrupter pops up and says, why not make it $525 monthly? So the difference here is $63 on an annual basis versus $7 possibly if they only gave once in that one time, right? So you can have a pop-up that suggests the going to monthly and using a different amount to get their attention, right? And so then and options, no thanks, I'm good with my one-time donation, or yes, I'll increase to my impact by giving $525 each month. The increase here in what Next After saw was 119% increase in revenue. So consider that. Does your platform offer a recurring donation interrupter? And then test it out. Okay, gift amount anchoring, right? So there's another way to increase revenue. Pre-selected amounts shape the donor expectations, right? So that default choice becomes the expected gift. Before here, we were $25 default is the light gray color, right? But if you show impact per dollar, and in this, so there's 25 in this example, you have $150 will stock a pantry. $300 will give a month of meals, right? So there's the benefit of what you're giving, right? You're showing the impact. So this can increase both conversions and the size of the gift. Now, I'm not saying go from 25 to 150, but it's just an example here. You could be going from 25 to 35 or 37 or whatever. Precise amounts can signal intentionality, but you should be testing them. Like, try $47 instead of 40, right? And that's this example here at the bottom with Charity Water. It gives 12 people clean water every year, your $40 monthly donation, right? So, and consider trying precise amounts instead of rounded amounts. All right, keep going here. Let's talk about reducing friction. I'm going to bang through all these in about 30 minutes. No one thinks I can do it that quickly, but that's my goal. It's a lot, just hang in there. Reducing friction when you're filling out a form is huge, right? So can you do one-line address entry? So if I started typing in an address here, and you can see I got 44 Berlin into it, and it popped up options for me. And then if I clicked on it, it fills out the rest of the form, right? That can reduce friction, especially if you've got more fields on your form. Lots of times you don't want a lot of fields, right? But if you need to have more fields, you want to do direct mail or whatever it is, and need a full address and some other things, then make sure you've got one-line address entry. That'll reduce the friction. Also, another way to reduce friction is to have one-click giving. So in this example, when you get to the payment part, you're welcome back. This could be me, Dave, right? Like, or Philip in this case, would you like to use your recently used payment method ending in 5100? Yes, please use my card ending in 5100. So you're reducing friction. The amount of work, friction is like the steps somebody has to go through, and maybe the difficulty in those steps that creates that friction on a form and then abandons, and you lose revenue, right? So one-click giving is another way on your forms, including that one single line address entry, but one-click giving as well. Another way to reduce friction is make sure 100% that you have mobile-friendly design. You get people coming to you on a desktop, you have people coming to you through their mobile phones, and you want a responsive layout. Especially you want large buttons, easy to tap when they're on a mobile device, right? That looks good. It's not all clunky, wonky looking. Here's a Wounded Warrior project example of their default monthly gift of $19, but in mobile format. And you might reduce down the number of fields when you go to the mobile format as well. So you have to test things and consider it. Charity Water here as well, similar that we saw in the beginning, that same color scheme, right? It looks good. It's all designed well and is responsive on a mobile device. So critical to make sure that your design is good for people that are giving from their phones, and a lot of people do, right? I got a special offer for you. This is once or twice in the whole presentation where I'm marketing guy being a little cheesy salesy, but if you're interested and we go through this more, if you book a demo today, you can save 20% on CharityEngine on our platform. This is exclusive offer. It's limited. It's today. Book your demo. And this is really only for the folks here on this webinar, and then those who have registered. So if you're interested and you want to learn about what CharityEngine, how we can help you with your donation forms, go to charityengine.net/demo and fill out the form, and we'd love to help you out. All right, that's it. Done. That was like 30 seconds, right? Maybe a little bit more as commercial, Dave Martin style. Let's talk about increasing conversions. Display trust signals. So when you display badges and ratings, it can build trust with donors on the page, right? So in this case, Wounded Warrior Project, again, remember that there's no cluttered navigation here, right? It's got click back on their logo to the homepage, but then you've also got the Charity Navigator, trust signal here, Better Business Bureau, Candid, etc. So displaying those badges and ratings is going to help you in your conversions, right? Here, you can also do it at the payment level when you're selecting your payment type. You got this option here of charity, the same three, right? Candid, Better Business Bureau, and Charity Navigator. So something to consider, especially when they're at that moment of like, do I really want to charge this to my Venmo, and take up my balance that's left there, or because I got to send money to my kids because they're always asking for it, or do you do you make sure that at that moment they feel, okay, I'm doing the right thing here. I trust this organization, right? So consider that in your navigation and at the payment step. Here's another example, Save the Children, right? They've got Charity Navigator, Better Business Bureau, et cetera, right? In the navigation on the donation page. Form abandons. This is a good one as a way of increasing conversions, right? Lots of times people are filling out the form and then they scoot, they're out, they're like something happened. Maybe they had their dog was barking or who knows what, they got distracted, they left. And make sure that the platform that you have helps you and allows you to do workflows to do outreach to people that have started to fill out the form but didn't finalize it, right? And that could be in the form of emails and texts or direct mail, whatever it is. So here's an example of a workflow where in step one we're sending an email, and this is going to be triggered automatically, right? So step one, you're sending an email. Step two, you're sending an SMS. It doesn't have to be that. You can have another email. You can have a third email. You can have a fourth email. You can have a direct mail piece going in there. You can split it out depending on who they are, and whatever it is, you can make it as automated as you need it to be and smart, right? So, but this is a way of getting those people to come back, right? Hey, we noticed you didn't finish. You get it all the time. You might be shopping online. I was shopping for something from Peter Millard the other day, and it was that same kind of concept. Is like I left something in the shopping cart, and they keep sending me emails now, right? Get those people to come back. Your form abandons, get them to come back and finish filling out the form, right? So make sure your platform has that. Increasing conversions, we're on continuing along that vein. Social proof on the form, right? Social proof on the form. Placing thermometers, social proof, that can improve conversions by reinforcing trust at that moment of decision. Here's an example of Hark at the Park, walk and roll. They've got a thermometer here, and it shows that out of $50,000 goal, $43,000 has been raised. Donate. You see the big donate button right there to this peer-to-peer campaign. A little bit different maybe than your main donation form, but this is a way to establish trust, right? And you see other people have been giving money, so there's some social proof, right? Here's an example, a Wounded Warrior Project. They've got I did that little crookedy, signed a red line around it there. I don't think I needed that, but anyway, Gene B gave $300, and this is like a rotating little banner thing here. So as someone's going through the process, they're seeing these people and how much money they gave. So you're using social proof, not pressure, but just proof that this is trusted organization. I should be giving my money to this group, right? Another great way to increase conversions. Personalized giving pages, right? Like think about customizing your donation forms based on a specific campaign you're running. Maybe it's a specific audience segment that you have. You could use it on a single donation form. And then you're just swapping the messaging, the imagery, or the context, right? And you can route donors to the experience that resonates the most with them. And in this case, maybe you're asking it at your animal shelter, and that these people love dogs. You're going to your segment of people that loves dogs, or you might be sending it to your segment of people that loves cats, right? Same form, different background, personalizing the giving page, right? So look and see if you can do that with your current provider, but that's a cool thing to do. I love that cat there. We only have dogs in my house. My wife doesn't like cats. It's the worst thing ever. But anyway, dogs and cats, personalized giving pages, look into that. A/B testing. I know lots of you do A/B testing, probably with emails. It's lots of times easier to do it there. But the small changes can have these huge impacts on your conversion rates. And it's always important to test one variable at a time. If you go and make 3 changes and then you're A/B testing it on your donation page, how are you going to be able to identify which change had the impact, right? So think about, what do you want to test on your donation page? You're going to A/B test. You go, 50% of the time it's going to version A, 50% of the time the people are going to version B, right? That's what you're doing with the A/B testing. You can do it 80-20, however you want. But you could test donate your button text, donate now, instead of give today. You could test the headline copy on the donation page, one thing at a time, right? Maybe you're testing the preset gift amounts of $40 that Charity Water had, or should we try 47 and see if we get more money, right? The length of the form, how many fields are you requiring? We're doing a test right now on our demo page. We're putting in an additional field in there, and I'm a little nervous about it, but we're going to A/B test it for a little while and see what happens, right? Like, so that's the way to do it. One thing at a time. Form length here is the number of fields that you're showing. How much friction are you adding to your form? Are you doing monthly versus one-time default, right? All these different things that you can test. How do you measure that? Okay, what are the conversion rates? If you had 100 people that went down to page A versus 100 people that went to page B, what were the conversion rates? How many of those people filled out the form and it went to the thank you page afterwards, right? And does your platform allow you to view, does it show you the conversion rate, right? Like, and what should you be expecting? Which page performs better with that one change that you made? You could measure your average gift amount if that's what you're testing out on your preset gift amounts. Your monthly giving opt-in rate, right? Form completion rate, abandon rate by field, right? Did you do two? And then you're seeing people abandon at the 6th field, and you better just keep it at 4 or 5 fields, right? So you can measure it as long as your platform allows you to do that, right? So key rules: test one variable at a time. I said that like 7 times already. Run test until it's statistically significant. Usually that's 100, right? From whatever it was, statistics class in college. That's 100. But you might not have that much traffic, so maybe you're going to test it up to 50. But ideally, you want to run it for a long enough period of time. 2 weeks is not some magical thing. It really depends on volume that you're focused on. A lot of time it's 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? You got to test something, document every result, and build out a testing calendar, what you want to test and when. And then just go for it. Over the next year, you could do 6 or 7 tests on your form and see how you improve things, right? So A/B test your forms. A little bonus here, Dave style: don't waste the thank you page, right? So right after the donor gives, that's when they're the most likely to take that next step if you're going to ask them for it. So eliminate donor doubt right away, right? Confirm and reassure, display the gift amount, the tax receipt, the confirmation number, all the information they just want to make sure they have, especially for taxes. Put some pre-written sharing buttons. The copy is pre-written for them, and then they're sharing it into their Facebook, Twitter, whatever they're using. It's not Twitter anymore, X, I guess. Instagram. That encourages donors to spread the word, right? Upgrade to monthly. Offer a post-gift upgrade. So here you can see on this thank you page here, there's a big blue button. Make this a monthly gift. Maybe remember the interrupter? Maybe that didn't work. Try it on the thank you page and test it out. You've got your gift information, like I said here, and your sharing buttons down at the bottom. So that's a huge opportunity when you think about it. If you're just saying thank you and that's it, you're missing out on an opportunity to make it monthly, and for them to share what they just did because they're feeling really happy and engaged at that moment, right? So don't waste the thank you page, TY page. Let's get into payment and protecting every dollar that you're capturing. So you got to offer multiple payment options, right? Whether it's on a mobile device or a desktop, you've got Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, ACH, credit card, DAFPay has become really important, right? So make sure you're offering multiple payment options. If you only got credit card and Apple Pay on there, but you're not offering Google Pay, you're not offering ACH, which is via their bank, right? Like then you're missing out, and you could be, in this case, you're offering more options to reduce friction as well, right? So gives people options of how they might want to pay. So offer multiple payment options. Avoid CVV and CAPTCHA, right? The dreaded 3-digit code. Where is that? I don't remember it. You got to pull it out of your purse and get out your wallet and find what that is. The dreaded traffic lights and bicycles and buses and fire hydrants. Avoids CAPTCHA. CAPTCHAs can be really problematic. And CVV, you can avoid that. Like, for example, CharityEngine, we are a payment processor, so we don't have to require the CVV on our forms. Others might, that aren't payment processors, might have to require that in addition to the card and the expiration date, right? So if you get rid of that friction, you're going to get more people giving you money. CAPTCHA version 3 now is newer, where it runs in the background. So you could have CAPTCHA, and I'm not having to pick fire hydrants, no puzzles and all that kind of stuff, but it protects forms from fraud while preserving your conversion rates. So ask your vendor, do you offer CAPTCHA version 3 at a minimum? If they don't have that, avoid CAPTCHA in general, because it's going to really ding your revenue. Oh, there's my red arrow. Retention. Turn one-time gifts into predictable revenue. Churn prevention strategies. What you got to keep your donors from dropping off, right? If you get ongoing monthly givers and then they're dropping off, and there's multiple reasons for that can happen, but credit card declines, it's a major issue, right? Even if you have 50 or 25 monthly people in recurring giving and giving to you monthly or whatever time period it is, 30% of credit card payments are declined. That's just a fact. Almost all payment processors use e-commerce technology for recurring payments. As a payment processor, CharityEngine, we do not. We do offline payment processing, which means you're going to get higher conversion rates. At best, they can collect 70 to 85%. We guarantee 90%. This isn't a commercial. I'm just telling you. These are so important. People get into payment processing, they're like, oh, leave me alone. I don't want to deal with this. But it's so important because it has a huge impact on your revenue. Imagine going from 70% collection to 90 or 95%. We have some customers up at 98% revenue retention. So these lost funds are often considered the cost of doing business. People say, well, that's just the way it is. We can't do anything about it. But that's not the case. When you think about it, on average, if you're collecting 70, 85% monthly donations, there's that big piece of the pie there that you're not collecting, right? And if you have 50 monthly donors, you could be losing up to 6 to 10K per year, right? 500 donors, 50 to 100K. It just becomes huge amounts. So ask your vendor, look at, do you know what you're on your monthly donations? What's your average collection rate? A lot of people won't know that, but you should know that because then you might want to dig into it. If you're at 75%, what if you got to 85 or 90? That could be a huge thing. We have a thing called Sustainer IQ. That's why we have technology that helps you get up there, and we're a payment processor. So the challenges in achieving high collection rates are around the credit card companies they update cards, right? Cards are part of lost or stolen. Happens all the time. My son just got TikTok something the other day. It was Peter Millar. He got 5 shirts for $30, and I was like, there's something wrong there, and he had to cancel his card, right? Like, happens all the time. Funds aren't available. E-commerce is rife with fraud and crime, right? So what can you do to improve your collection rate? I know this isn't necessarily about donation forms, but it's like the next step afterwards, and continuing to get that revenue that you've spent all that time and effort making that donation form so awesome. Now you're starting to get monthly giving. You want to keep collecting that money, right? So use Credit Card Updater. That's critical. Does your vendor offer American Express cards as well? Not everybody does, right? So that's huge. The Credit Card Updater will go and make sure that credit card, lost, stolen, whatever it is, gets updated automatically, and you're not having to go back. And I had one organization I was donating to, and my card changed, and then they told me they sent an email like a year later because I think I was doing it annually, and I had to call them up to give them the new credit card. That's friction. I didn't have time, right? So credit card updater is critical, right? Do they offer a resubmission process so that if the payment doesn't go through, the platform can auto resubmit for collection, right? See if that's a possibility. That can have a huge impact. Are there automated reactivation campaigns? Those are, like I showed you that workflow before. out-of-the-box automated communications where you can go and send an email out like, hey, it looks like this didn't go through. Can you go to your portal? Number one, does your vendor offer you a personalized donor portal where if they're giving on a monthly basis, they can go click on a link in the email you send them, and they go into the portal and they can update their credit card really quickly there instead of having to call them up like I was expected to. Like, I don't have time for that. So make sure that they're automated campaigns. You're not having to do that yourself, right? That are going to go out and get that card. So, oh my God, I am at 1:30 on the dot. 42 slides. Man, I can talk. What did you guys learn today? We talked about identifying the most common donation form mistakes, right? They're reducing conversion rates where you can generate more revenue, right? Like there's some really cool ideas here. Some of them are simple. Some of them you knew already. Hopefully some of them are new that you can go and test. And remember, you got to be able to test one thing at a time. Do A/B testing on your donation form. Look at the design, look at the copy, look at the buttons, look at what words are you using, right? Look at all the different things that we talked about. Messaging changes to increase those donations and reduce friction. And then, we used proven techniques to increase average gift size. Talk about that, right? Like, what's your default amount? What are the expectations? The default's 47 instead of 40, right? Or 20 and 40 instead of 25. We can increase your gift size and then encourage monthly giving. That's critical for all of you guys. Really try that as a default, A/B test it, and see if you start getting those monthly donors, right? Make sure you can manage it after the fact and you can collect that revenue on that monthly basis, right? So ask a lot of questions here to ask your vendor about whether they can support that or not. Last time, Dave's special, book a demo today and save 20%. I sound like Crazy Eddie from back in the 80s, and I grew up in New York. But anyway, this is an exclusive offer. Book a demo with us today. You can learn all these tricks here and these tips and things that you can do to increase your revenue, reduce friction, generate more donors, get those monthly donors. We'd love to show you guys our platform because we're proud of it. That's why I'm here talking to you guys. We want to be ridiculously helpful. That's what we try to do. I should have said that up front. That's our content strategy. That's enough of that. If you guys have any questions, I'm at 1:32. I won the jackpot because Neha said it was going to take me 35 minutes, and I was at 1:32 here. I'm glad it looks like you guys got some. We will send you a copy of the presentation. If you stay on here, you can go through the torture of listening to this again with me. It'll take about 15 minutes to render it. It's really a cool technology that we use with Livestorm. And you can watch it again. We're going to send you a link to this so you can watch it and share it with your folks that you work with. You'll get the PowerPoint. It's a PDF. You'll get the PDF of the PowerPoint. And often, Adam, Terry, you're welcome. Victoria, love doing this. You can reach out to me, dave.martin@charityengine.net, dave.martin@charityengine.net. If you have any questions, I'll point you in the right direction. And I'm on LinkedIn at 15 Dave Martin. Love to connect with people. Got a ton of connections. And I hope you guys have a great day. It's Thursday. I woke up today, I thought it was Friday. But you know what? Then I would have missed this webinar. So anyway, hope you have a great weekend and a great rest of your week. And let us know if we can help you. Remember, charityengine.net/demo if you want to check out our software because we're awesome and donation forms. Otherwise, be good, guys, and have a great day. All right, take care.